Good afternoon. I'm Laquira Baker, the IEP coordinator. We are here to develop Marcus Jefferson's IEP. Our purpose are to establish measurable and annual goals and state the special education services the school will provide. We will expect this meeting to last about 45 minutes. Can everyone stay for the duration?
Yes.
Let's begin. Okay. Let's begin with introducing our IEP team.
Hi, I'm Gina Hendrix. I am Marcus's special education teacher.
Hello, I'm Gabe Adkins. I am his 5th grade math teacher.
Hi, I'm Leslie Meares, and I'm his aunt, and he has just began living with me, and so after being with his mom for a little while, so.
Hi, I'm Garrett Suchi. I'm the psychologist. I'll be interpreting the instructional implications of the evaluation results.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kadale Jenkins. I am the principal of Lincoln Heights Elementary, and we're here today for the purpose of this meeting is to develop an IEP meeting for Marcus that meets his specific needs. Today, we will outline specific educational services for Marcus. We will agree on the best educational goals for Marcus based on recent evaluations and observations. There will be specific accommodations and possible modifications needed for Marcus to access a general curriculum and thrive academically. To accomplish this, we will review the assessment data and his previous IEP. We will also develop a new IEP, which has been developed for Marcus, to determine the necessary accommodations and services he will receive. We will also determine Marcus' placement to ensure the least restrictive environment. At the close of this meeting, we will review and approve the meeting minutes and obtain signatures from our IEP team members. Our agenda is on the table. Does everyone agree to follow it?
Yes.
Yes.
Our ground rules are simple: to remain student focused, follow the agenda, listen carefully, be respectful, and maintain strict confidentiality of this meeting. Please silence all communication devices now. Are there any questions? Before we get started on the new IEP and new information, Ms. Baker will go over his IEP from last year and the assessment. Ms. Baker, you can have the floor.
Okay. Marcus' previous IEP included a goal focused on improving fraction problem solving accuracy. Progress monitoring shows that Marcus can reach approximately 80% accuracy with visual support. He continues to struggle with multi step word problems. Tasks and sustained independent work remain areas of concern. Therefore, the previous goal has been partially met but requires continuation with adjustments. Team members, do you have any additional observations regarding his progress? Okay, we will now begin by reviewing Marcus's strengths and interests and needs.
Okay. All right. So Marcus is a very bright and curious 10-year-old student. He enjoys classroom discussions, hands-on activities, and drawing. He's very artistic and design focused. And when given a graphic organizer in the classroom, he pays more attention and is more likely to understand the material. He also enjoys music and will often hum to himself as a strategy to manage his energy. Also, some other preferences and interests for Marcus. He is very artistic. As I said, he enjoys drawing, sometimes comic strips, which could be positive for him in the classroom. He is design focused and enjoys putting model cars together. He says that he loves hands-on activities. He enjoys music. And then sometimes, along with humming to himself, he'll lightly drum his fingers on his desk. He's playful. He's got friends, and he's very cooperative in the classroom and outside the classroom. But he often does not initiate peer conversations. And as far as the needs, from what we have observed from him, basically, Marcus has ADHD, the inattentive type, along with specific learning disability and mathematics problem solving. Because he has ADHD, he struggles to focus in a classroom setting, particularly in math. His specific learning disability in mathematical problem solving compounds his struggle in math. This includes solving math problems on the fifth grade level, particularly the real world problems, fractions, and multi step problems. If Marcus is emotionally overwhelmed, it also hinders his ability to transition smoothly into another class and focus as needed. For example, coming into math class, he is leaving PE, so it's often a little difficult for him to transition from PE into the math class. And if something happens in PE that he didn't like for whatever reason, he has a hard time participating in math. And we call this emotionally fatigued. But when he is emotionally fatigued, he tends to shut down in class and he will not participate in his assignment, particularly during independent and also partner work as well. There's times where he appears frustrated if his teacher or parapro tries to direct him. He's not disruptive, but he does avoid attempting his classwork when emotionally overwhelmed. So, Ms. Meares, as Marcus's guardian, do you have any concerns about Marcus for enhancing his education?
I do have concerns about how to help him at home with the math, or if there's some things because he does get frustrated and shut down. I'm hoping that, like, since he's going to have more consistency and once he starts to feel more comfortable, that he knows that he has the same place to come home to every night, and that he's not going to be changing schools as much. Well, I hope to see some improvement and try to work as a team with you guys if there's anything I can do at home to help him or any suggestions.
Okay, definitely. That's the purpose of this meeting, is to make sure that he is on the right track and we are meeting his needs, and, however we need to do that here at the school.
Okay, Ms. Jefferson, your concerns are valid. Please be assured that we are here to help Marcus in any way possible. Let's move on to the results of Marcus' most recent evaluation.
Okay. So, let me find it. So, good afternoon. So my role today is going to be just explaining the data of his most recent evaluation, so we can understand his learning profile and confirm his eligibility for service. Um, Marcus's evaluation results indicate significant academic needs, particularly in math and written language. He earned a 1.9 math composite score, placing him more than 3 grades below expectations, with his greatest area of difficulty in applied problems. He struggles to solve real world math problems, including fractions, multi step task at fifth grade level. In written language, he is approximately 3 years below grade level, with weaknesses in writing fluency and written expression and spelling. Cognitively, Marcus demonstrates low processing speeds and low average working memory, which impacts his efficiency and ability to manage multi-step tasks. His verbal comprehension skills fall within the average range, and he shows a notable strength in visual spatial skills, indicating that he is a strong visual learner who benefits from imagery and visual support. Marcus has ADHD and a specific learning disability in mathematical problem solving, with significant effects, which significantly affects his focus and performance in math. When emotionally overwhelmed or fatigued, he may shut down, withdraw from peers, and avoid completing work. While he is not disruptive, his emotional overwhelm can limit his engagement and productivity. Um, I and then I just kind of want to reiterate first. First, with his evaluation, Marcus scored high on the average, but on the high range of average with his visual spatial processing, which uh, shows with his drawings and models. He learns best by doing and by seeing visual, um, which is on the other hand of that, which shows why when it's coming straight from a text or just reading out loud, he can't quite grasp it and retain that information. Um, that that is all I got.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the present level of academic achievement and functional performance. This is where Marcus currently is. Just to kind of reiterate what the psychologist said. Based on the Woodcock-Johnson achievement test data, Marcus is performing on the first and second grade level in mathematics. He struggles more in math than any other subject, particularly with applied problems. So this includes calculating, adding and subtracting, particularly with fractions. He struggles to process information as his processing speed is low and his working memory is limited. Marcus's disability categories under IDEA do include ADHD, the inattentive type, and specific learning disabilities. These disabilities prevent Marcus from achieving grade level math and written language as well. As observed in math, Marcus is often unsure on how to calculate the problem. He is more of a visual learner and he draws diagrams and pictures to help him calculate and find the answer. In addition, Marcus has been observed by me to be emotionally overwhelmed at times, and I know that his math teacher Mr. Adkins has observed this as well, and this does significantly contribute to his inability to focus in the general education classroom. And I have learned that if he's emotionally fatigued, he may withdraw and push away from his teachers, such as Mr. Adkins, his peers, and he will not do his assignments. He just shuts down. Marcus does need intensive intervention with goals in math and written language to strengthen foundational skills and to prepare him from the real world. Marcus needs accommodations such as graphic organizers, which help tremendously. His tasks need to be chunked, and basically he needs peer interactions that are scaffold to help him succeed in the general education classroom. In addition, Marcus needs social emotional intervention with a yearly go to help him recognize his feelings and to self-advocate when feeling overwhelmed. Accommodations to help him meet his behavioral goals include quite structured transitions and alternate methods for learning, such as drawing, to demonstrate math understanding when his frustration is high. As a result of his disabilities, he needs access to special education resource room if a safe space is needed to calm down when he's frustrated, and also when he just needs that extra help, particularly with math. And Mr. Adkins, would you like to add anything to that, to his present level of performance?
Yes, Marcus has shown progress in math calculation when using pictures, but we have observed that he becomes emotionally overwhelmed when he participates in independent work. In October, he solved modified problems with 80% accuracy when using visuals, but in November, I noticed him becoming withdrawn, putting his head down, and stating, "I'm not doing this," when he became frustrated.
Okay, and Ms. Meares, do you have any questions related to his present level of performance? Have you noticed any of these behaviors at home, particularly when he has homework?
Yes, when he gets really frustrated with homework and he doesn't really want me to help, he's kind of pushing it away, wants to go do something else, and and sometimes it's hard for me to just remember how, like, what would be an easy way to teach him or help him do the math. So
Okay. All right, and we'll definitely work on those goals and help him as much as we can.
Okay, our next topic, goals and objectives, focuses on skills Marcus needs over the next year to participate in the general education curriculum. His goals should be based on data from the strengths and challenges we have discussed. Let's list the draft goals for Marcus and then discuss each of them. Does this suggestion work for each of you?
Yes. Okay. So, based on Marcus's present level of academic achievement, functional performance, we have drafted some measurable annual goals for the remainder of the school year. We've drafted several math goals that we believe will meet Marcus's needs and provide him with the education he needs to be successful in the general education classroom. Mr. Adkins and I collaborated on fifth grade math standards and what Marcus needs the most. So his first goal that we have, of course, like I said, it's on fifth grade math standard, and it says, through guided math supports and direct instruction, Marcus will accurately solve real-world problems involving the addition and subtraction of fractions, including unlike denominators, with 80% accuracy in 4 out of 5 consecutive trials, as measured by teacher-created assessments. Is everyone in agreement with this goal? Okay. Do we need to make any changes to this goal?
No, but I would like to add that I can support this by using the visual strategies that we know he responds to.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else have anything to add? Okay, so great. We're going to implement this goal effective immediately. Because Marcus is on the first grade level in math and he does need serious intervention, we have also drafted another math goal. And the second math goal reads on the fifth grade standards, it says, through guided math supports and direct instruction, Marcus will use fraction equivalents to add and subtract fractions and mixed numbers with unlike denominators with 80% accuracy in 4 out of 5 consecutive trials as measured by teacher-created assessments. Is everyone okay with this goal? And do we need to make any changes? Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we will evaluate each of these measurable goals. And so what we're going to do, we will evaluate these by curriculum-based assessment. We're also going to collect data. We'll also use teacher/text test and the STAR math. We will also evaluate him through the STAR math to make sure that he does he is growing. That's what we want to see, is for him to grow. And of course, we're going to use the Alabama course of study in math as well. And we'll use the STAR assessment and the Alabama course of Alabama course of study in math for our benchmarks. And we do expect the data mastery to be the end of the school year, which is going to be May 20th of 2026. Okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions or any comments?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And also, we did create for him a behavior goal as well. And I'm going to go ahead and read that. And it says, when feeling emotionally overwhelmed, Marcus will recognize the need for a break. And he's going to ask for a quiet, structured check-in with a special education teacher for 15 minutes. And we're hoping in 8 out of 10 teacher observed opportunities, he will do this. He will self-advocate for himself and realize that he needs a break. That, this transition, he's having a hard time transitioning today, or maybe something happened at home, or he's missing his mother, or for whatever reason, he's just emotionally overwhelmed. So we will actually evaluate the annual goal through data collection and a teacher-created rubric as well. And we do expect mastery on May the 20th at the end of the school year. Is everyone okay with this goal? Okay, any questions right now? Okay, all right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and decide on the amount of services that he's going to receive each week and where he will receive these services. Ms. Baker and I went ahead and drafted the services that he needs. And so we all know he needs math services. So the special education teacher will provide Marcus with small group and one-on-one instruction in math using research-based interventions and strategies, including visual representations, modeling, repeated practice to close learning gaps and allow him to participate more independently in his general education classroom. I believe he needs to come at least 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time. Is everyone okay with that? And this could be in the general education classroom, or if I need to pull him back to the resource room for more intensive intensive structured instruction, we can do that. Is everyone okay with that? Okay. All right. And we also have a social emotional behavior goal, of course. And for this service, the special education teacher will work with Marcus to address situations that elevate his frustration, that seem emotionally overwhelming, and how to respond to those situations using role play. We'll use social stories, and then also giving him a chance to write about his feelings. And we'll work on these social emotional behavior skills twice a week for 30 minutes each time, and this will happen in the resource room. Is everyone okay with that? Okay. All right. Okay. So next, I'm going to go ahead and list all the accommodations that we drafted for, that we feel that Marcus needs, not only for assessments, but for every day in the general ed classroom. So I've got down graphic organizer. He definitely needs to use drawing strategies for problem solving. We need to allow Marcus to explain his thinking verbally, or even possibly through art. We need to offer breaks and definitely chunk those tasks for him if needed. Scaffold the peer interactions during guided math groups. We need to do that as needed as well. And of course, this supplementary aids and services will be, these accommodations will be as needed on a weekly basis. Also, we also need to allow Marcus to take a 15-minute break as needed in the special education resource room if he feels overwhelmed or frustrated. And again, this is as needed. Now, for his assessments, we have that he really needs to use a graphic organizer. He, again, needs to use drawing strategies for problem solving, chunk these tasks or the test into smaller, manageable tasks. He can also use a calculator. He needs extended time, and the teachers need to allow Marcus to come to the resource room to complete his assignments if necessary. And again, this is, we anticipate this to be on a weekly basis as needed. As far as assistive technology, we do not feel like that is needed at this time, but we will continue to monitor him. If we do see that he would benefit more from assistive technology, we can amend the IEP if needed. And then as support for personnel, that is not needed at this time either. Are there any questions or comments?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And I want to go back also and go over, let me see, the special instructional factors. I'm just going to read these right quick. We know that he does have a behavior that can impede his learning or the learning of others. And so we do know that. We've addressed that with his behavior goal. But he does not need a behavioral intervention plan. He is not limited in English. He does not need Braille or the use of Braille. He does not have communication needs. He does not need assistive technology devices or services. He does not require specially designed PE, and he is not working on an alternative pathway or alternative standards. Of course, because he's only in 5th grade, we do not need transitional services at this time. Ms. Meares, do you feel like the regular bus is okay for Marcus, or do you feel like he needs to ride the bus with special needs?
I think the regular bus is fine, and since I do work in the lunchroom, like he can ride with me some days. You know, in the morning probably ride with me, and then in the afternoon ride the bus since we finished a little earlier.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. And then we're just going to go ahead and mark no. He does not require transportation as a related service. And then as far as non-academic and extracurricular activities, of course, he will be able to have the opportunity to participate in non-academic or extracurricular activities with his non-disabled peers. And Ms. Meares, we will send home a progress report because we will monitor, we'll do progress monitoring with his goals. We will do these on a weekly basis, but every 9 weeks, what we're going to do is we're going to send home a progress report with him. We'll attach it to his report card, and you'll receive this just to see how he's doing on his goals. And of course, if you ever have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me or any of his teachers. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the least restrictive environment. And are we all in agreement that basically the general ed classroom is the least restrictive environment for Marcus? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. And so he will be in the general ed classroom as much as possible with his peers that are not disabled. And of course, as we said, he just needs that intensive intervention, particularly in math, to meet his yearly math goals. And of course, he needs intervention with the social emotional skills as well. Most of the interventions will take place in the resource room, but I will be going into his math classroom, and Mr. Adkins and I will be collaborating together with him. Okay. All right. Is anyone opposed to anything that we have discussed?
No, ma'am.
No.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. We will all now sign that we attended and participated in the meeting to develop Marcus's IEP. Ms. Jefferson, you will receive a full copy of the IEP as well as the special education rights. Are there any final questions or recommendations? Please sign the. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ms. Baker.
No, you can go finish, Mr. Jenkins.
I just want to thank everybody for being here today for the meaningful discussion we've had regarding Marcus. At Lincoln Heights Elementary, we are committed to supporting the whole child, and today's meeting reflects that shared commitment. We've reviewed Marcus' strengths, we've discussed areas where he needs additional support, and developed goals and services designed to help him make steady progress. I truly appreciate the collaboration between our staff and Marcus's family. That partnership is essential to his success. Please know that our door is always open. If any questions or concerns ever arise, we are here to support Marcus every step of the way. Thank you again for your time, input, and dedication to his growth. Are there any more questions?
Sure.
Well, thank you, Ms. Mills, and you all have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.